Yeah, they weren't really scared of the Leona. Left it open, bent the Thresh themselves, and just picked straight into it. So not able to hurt them there. The Shen getting banned again, of course. Both Electro and Dusseldrop like to play this champ. So much impact globally on the map. So not want to face that. And directly banning the Swain for Mana Kaputs. I'm curious that they didn't ban his Kai'Sa because he was so scary on it, but maybe they just want to play something with more zone control on the mid lane, so he can't really step forward that easy with that pick anymore.
Yeah, quite a lot of targeted bans here coming through pretty early for both teams, and that's where the Kaiser ban does come through eventually, taking it away from Menikaput. So they do go for the Swain Kaiser ban, not the MF ban, but now it is Team Mountain going to take away the MF ban. So Jin, Misfortune, Kaiser all taken away, Swain taken away. What's left? You have Samira is left, I guess.
The Yone is still open.
Ashe is left.
Clunky can play Yone against Akali now. That would be amazing.
Oh,
That's they're really taunting him as well. Like they're doing the same thing. Electro first picking Akali instantly last game. They're not giving it to them again. They're gonna go the same route that they did, just mimicking that draft phase. The question is, are they gonna counter it with the Yone? They do take away Funny's Please Trash. So Meleko gonna play that one. Was banned last game. Not this time. And maybe they're gonna go for the bot lane. Of course, Akali still a flex pick. Could go top or mid.
yeah, Lapis' previous game on Sejuani, really strong performance on the pig lady or bear woman or whatever we called her. I
Boro
can't
lady.
remember.
Boro.
Yeah. Anyways, good performance. Good performance from Lapis on the Sejuani last game. Gonna pick that one up for himself. The Leona is still open. Funny could pick up Leona here, but of course Leona into the Thresh, not always the best idea, as he can flay him out of the engage. Doesn't mean that Leona is going to be useless, but then again, it does take away quite a lot of her engage potential. As of course, Samira is still open. Edril being hovered here for Nilan. And also, the Olaf pick, I think Foutamakular played him last week as well, and did that to quite a good extent.
That was a great success for him. It was in combination with the Galio, I believe, and the Shen. So it was a very, very strong engage that he had there, just buffing up that Viking, making him unkillable. Going for the Rakan this time, so there is still no setup for this Olaf. Not gonna come from the support side, but maybe they wanna go for the Galio on the mid lane again to do this. So this would be a great ban for Team Mountain now to compensate that. Of course, the Yone being picked here into the Akali. If they pick Galio, that's not a good matchup to send mid either. So how do you want to do this? Do you want to do the same matchup? Does Flatline know how he has to play this now? Seeing as Clonky did it for him last game? Because this guy, he is not scared. He doesn't mind playing against him, with him, against the same matchup. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah, Clonky just gonna pick up Yone because he's very, very, very comfortable on that champion. Did just play the Akali Yone matchup the other way round in the previous game, of course, as we know, and played that really well. Now, of course, the fact that he knows with Akali how to play against the Yone automatically means that he knows how to play Yone into the Akali as well. And as his Yone is probably, no offense, better than Flatlines, it could be very well possible that he is gonna be able to survive that lane a little bit more. Of course, on the other side, there is not a Sejuani who is gonna be able to ult him, dash onto him, and so on and so forth. The Sejuani on the side of Yone this time, which once again gives Sejuani the possibility to stack her stun even more quickly with that Yone here. And I doubt they're gonna go for Yasuo, however.
Do it. Yasuo bot lane, it is possible.
Menikaput has quite a high mastery on. Damn it. He has a high mastery on Yasuo and Vayne as well. One of his top 3 champions. So yeah, gonna pick that one up against no real tanks so far, so maybe a bit of a strange pick.
Yeah, do not really like this Vayne, of course, has some guide potential against an Olaf, which of course a lot of AD carries struggle with to survive against this Viking when he comes running up. Of course, with the stealth, with the tumble, you can do something about it if you play it right. Well, the Lucian coming in has a fairly good matchup against the Vayne because he can dish out so much damage early on. And if Rakan can hit that knock-up, then Menekeputz will have a hard time. Of course, we saw him play an AD carry that theoretically should have a hard lane against the Jhin last game. Now he plays the Vayne, maybe he can do the same. And probably gonna send the Ornn to the top lane. However, Ornn mid still a possibility to kind of shut down the kill pressure that Yone would have on mid lane.
I was kind of excited for Kayle, meaning they could go really late game with both Kayle and Vayne. I'm gonna try and get that level 16 on Kayle, a couple items on Vayne, and then there's not really a lot to do.
Morda enough? Isn't he scary enough?
Morda is of course scary enough, and also into the Ornn is gonna be a really good pick. Gonna be able to take Ornn away from his ultimate as well when he takes him into the Shadow of the Dead, and stealing once again, of course, the stats as Mordekaiser did last game onto Sion. Didn't work out for them that game. Might work out for Electro, however, this game. What are we thinking on the Ornn pick? You see a Vayne and you pick Ornn? I mean...
Yeah, not really fond
scary
of this, but they did need some extra engage. Because at this point, with the comp that they drafted for Team Ocean, I feel like Olaf is the odd one out. Because there is nothing to shield him, or not really, because Rakan shield, let's be fair, it's not the best shield in the world. There's nothing to speed him up, to help him globally. He has to do it all by himself when he runs in against the comp with so much damage. Not sure if there is a lot of value for him if he is not ahead in the early game. So we'll see if he can do the same as he did last game with Olaf when he had the Galio and the Shen on his comp. Now he will have to run in solo. And Dusseldrop will help Rakan with the engage. But as you said, they do have a Vayne, which is gonna Shrek the Ornn, and you do not want to lanes against Mordekaiser either. So this is a very hard matchup. I would personally swap the Akali and the Ornn, so he doesn't have to lane against his Mordekaiser, and try to play it out that way. Because normally, I do not expect Clonky to lose this matchup against Akali, because he just played it the other way around, and he just picks it in it as well. He knows what he's gonna do to flatline here. So I'm not sure if they wanna just do the lanes as the enemy has drafted it.
Yeah, and once again, Lapis on the Sejuani played a great Sejuani game last game and has two melee champions once again in the solo lanes. So they have the Yone to stack the stun, they have the Mordekaiser to stack the stun. Both Ornn and Akali could be in trouble here. More likely the Akali, however, she does have quite a lot of gap closures to get away from those ganks. And then the amount of lockdown in the bottom lane with the Vayne, with the Thresh, is going to be quite a lot combined with the Sejuani once she hits level 6. That's going to be a very difficult thing to deal with for Nilan and Funnysplee. They do of course have their dashes to get out of those things. However, you can only dash out of one skill shot and not 3 or 4. So that's going to be a little bit of a problem. The Olaf, as you said, odd one out. I'm not sure what he's going to be doing this game. Vayne, I think, can kite him on her own. And that's basically it.
I feel like Olaf is one of those champs that when you draft him, you have to have the total picture of your comp completed. Because else it's gonna be a hard time. Maybe he's gonna prove me wrong, because last time I said it as well, because they didn't really have a speed up for him, but he did fairly well with the Galio and the Shen. But now they take that away from him as well, so maybe Wouter Makelaar is just such a solid Olaf that he can play him without any synergy with his team. But we'll have to see if that's possible. Maybe he and Funnysplee have an idea of him running forward and Funnysplee going in with the shield, doing the taunts that way, and keeping them in place for Olaf to do his thing. But we'll have to see if they can execute that, because else it's gonna be really hard for him to get to those targets, because Vayne can kite, Yone can do a lot of damage. Not sure how they will have to play this. But I want to see if they're going for the standard lanes or if they're going to swap this Ornn to the mid lane. I think that would be a more interesting match to see than if they played standardly, because I kind of a feeling what will happen. Mordekaiser will beat the Ornn in the lane, and I'm guessing Clonky knows what he's doing in this matchup and that he's gonna beat it out. They do take the same summoners as before. Flatline took the Ignite on Yone, and Clonky took it with TP on Akali, and now they switch it around as well. So it appears to be the best thing to pick on those champs in the matchup.
Yes, and no crazy runes or masteries coming through here for either team, as we are gonna start loading up onto the Rift for game 2 of the series between Team Ocean and Team Mountain. Team Ocean blue side, Team Mountain red side. Team Mountain up by 1 game here, second game of this 3-game series. Not a best of threes, best of 3, just 3 games total, to let them show what they can do, as we do some pings coming out, see some pings coming out here, but I don't assume they are gonna go for a invade, as we might go for a pause, because I don't see Funny buying items or moving out of base.
He is standing very still.
Oh, there he is.
Probably hit him with a BRB toilet or something like that, and just running like crazy back to his PC. He's coming onto the Rift. No pauses needed, because they're just putting up the wall. No problem there. No shenanigan invades or anything. However, you could have maybe done something with the Thresh, but with the melee Yone at this point, maybe not the biggest value in that invade. And we see Electro starting out with the Doran's Ring on Mordekaiser. I didn't pay attention to the starting item for Dusseldrop last game. Did he do the same, or is that standard for Mordekaiser?
I don't know. I didn't pay attention either. It's a bit of a strange buy because of the mana, of course, you get from that, and Mordekaiser not really getting any mana from, or needing any mana for his kit.
Flatline does the same on Akali, also Doran's Ring.
I guess the flat AP is just too strong on Doran's Ring at this point, as opposed to, well, I mean, I guess you could go for a corrupting potion. Gonna be doing a little bit less damage than maybe in total. And we see the Ornn going for the no item pot only buy, which is gonna give him a little bit of a advantage once he gets his first couple minions to make an item in lane.
And in this game, both AD carries running the exhaust, of course, against those Akali and Yone mid laners. Gonna be harder for them to threat them in the team fights or assassinate them in the split. So will probably be kind of equal trades if they decide to go all in this bot lane. Of course, the clear from Olaf very, very fast early on. So we should see a small lead for Foute Makelaar here, who has decided to invade the side of Sejuani. Only took the buff there, so gonna clear the rest of those camps out, and very smart, because don't think Lapis is expecting this.
I don't think Lapis knows that the Olaf is in his jungle, as Olaf is looking to... I thought he was going to look to go in behind Yone, who was really far back, so it would have been rather ballsy to actually go for the gank there. Decides to not go for it and goes back into his own jungle, as Sejuani is maybe looking to go a little gank on the mid lane. Eventually he's just going to go for the crab here. We see the Lucian Rakan pushing in the Thresh Vayne, of course, not too crazy there. Vayne's wave clear, not the greatest at the early levels here.
Yeah, but look at the CS. Matic Puts is actually picking up the lead in the CS here, because Nilan using a lot of his time to harass him, missing a few minions in the process, and if you can get those last hits under the turret with the help of Maloko, then you are actually winning that lane without the enemy necessarily noticing it, because of course when you can push someone under a turret 24/7, you have the feeling that you're winning. But if you look at this creep score, might not be the case after all. As long as Medicaputs can go kinda equal with Illusion, it's fine, because Vayne is such a late game carry that you just need to survive this laning phase and then start smurfing on everyone with the champion. So that's what you want to do at this point.
Yeah, we should be seeing a little bit of Vayne spotting later on in this game. Ornn, of course, going for the early health, early magic resist into the Mordekaiser, who's just gonna try and rush his Riftmaker, I believe it's called, to start the Omnivamp of Destruction in this lane. And if he does get ahead, as Düsseldorf did on Mordekaiser last game, they are gonna look to fight a very strong Mordekaiser, hopefully combined with a strong Yone this game.
There are being some trades done here, but Lapis is here and Fautomakala on the wrong side of the map.
Yeah, but now they're all on the wrong side of the map. Fautomakala is going to get taken down, as Electro does as well. Flatline is there now to pick up a couple kills for himself. Finds a double kill with the dash. And Klonky Krager was not part of that, did not see the roam and did not follow it up.
Well played by Flatline, being the first one to join them on the top side in a trade that looked favorable for the side of the mountain, but eventually Flatline joining it up there, going a 2-for-1 trade, puts them a little bit ahead in gold. And of course the Akali, if she can get ahead in this matchup, we've seen what happened the other way around last game. Maybe this is some redemption for Flatline here in this matchup against Klonky, showing that Yone doesn't automatically mean a win for him, for the Klonky in either matchup. So yeah, making a statement here on the mid lane.
Yeah, Klonky at this point doing better than the Flatline was doing last game on the same champion. However, Flatline 2-0-0 on the Akali, picking up that double kill in the top lane. Gonna put him ahead in gold slightly, 500 gold. Quite the amount at this point in game. Funny is gonna go really low. The flash coming through from both champions there, trying to find the kill. Now Olaf is there for the undertow, hits both champions. Nilan looking for the kill on Meloko. He is gonna get out of there, but now
there's the rest of the
Lapis
squad.
and Klonky are gonna be there in the bottom lane. Stun coming through on Olaf. Kill falls for Klonky, who now is the one to follow up this gank here in the bottom lane. Stun gonna come through on Flatline as well. The ult from Yone is gonna come through with the ignite. Double kill for Klonky this time. And now Akali might be looking for a kill onto the Vayne. Is it gonna be enough? No, but the Thresh does go down. Finds another double kill here, followed by a triple kill on Yone. Both mid laners, such a big impact in these side lanes at this point, as the both two top laners are battling it out as well.
Everything going in favor of those mid laners. Klonky suddenly from a 0-0-0 score to a 3-0, picking up the triple there, which is huge, and it's getting already scary for me if I see him getting the triple. We keep saying it after what happened last time. Everyone has a little post-traumatic stress from this guy playing this Yone so well, but Flatline definitely not performing less than him in this match, going 4-1, also moving a little bit late, but he did manage to pick up the double kill, which is of course what Akali does when she gets snowballing so much damage. And looks like the bot lane has found a new home in the mid lane against Flatline. They say if you come to us, we come to you. Revenge time.
Yeah, Yone was able to pick up the Berserker Greaves to find some extra auto attacks in, weave them in between his abilities, leeching Leer and blasting one on the other side for Akali, as at this point their gold should be rather even. It's a small lead for Akali, but not that much, as Yone got back into the game. Klonky Krager finding the roam in the bottom lane, looking for a little bit of a trade, and of course because of the fact that he can just jump back to his shadow, he can take those trades pretty simply and basically for free, if of course Flatline just runs away like that.
This is what you want to do as Yone, of course. Keep going in with that E and not risking much. But the mid laners do have the same playstyle They both want to trade hard and then regen everything back with the lifesteal and the Omnivamp. However, Fate Sealed going in.
Clonky going really hard there onto the Akali flatline. Super low under his own tower. And I don't know if he's gonna go for this, but it looks like both mid laners want to go for
the smite
this
early.
Herald here. The smite is too early. It's gonna go down eventually. The Herald is picked up for the Sejuani, I believe it is. As Clonky Kraken is part of this fight. Not gonna find the kill on the Maklar. Shutdown for Akali. Ornn is really low. It is gonna be another double kill. It's a triple kill even this time for Akali. 7-1 and 0. And that's gonna be huge for Flatline.
Flatline says, what is this spotlight on Clonky? It's my time to shine. Picks up the double, and now the triple. When is the quadra coming to this man? He is absolutely beasting all over the map. And it all comes together for him. Every single kill in this game is going into his pocket. So if there is one game that you can carry here in the Proving Grounds, is this game. So Flatline, take it away. Take us on a journey and show us how you carry a game as Akali, as Clonky had last game, but this time it's your turn.
Yeah, all the kills for Team Ocean are on this Akali, as most of the kills on Team Mountain are on Yone. So both mid laners having such a big impact on the game at this point in time. 7-4 is on the scoreboard. A small gold lead here for Team Ocean. The first Drake of the game was, of course, the Cloud Drake. The next one is gonna be an Ocean Drake, so we could be going for a Mountain Soul for Team Mountain later on in this game. Who knows? We'll have to see. Sejuani at this point, 1-2-3, decent score.
Also hovering Clonky there, so Dusseldorp can't really do anything to meddle in this lane. However, even though Flatline is 7-1, you see Clonky still going in, trying to get those trades in. But with the Riftmaker, don't think he will be able to land any poke that sticks. Well, they are putting down some vision. Next Drake, of course, being the Ocean Drake. This is their name buff that they're gonna claim this game. Means that there won't be an Ocean Soul. If it is a Mountain Soul, they are threatening the name of Team Mountain on the red side in this game. We'll have to see what's gonna be.
Hey!
It is the Mountain Soul! Game up, Mountain.
Alright, Team Mountain, of course, has to go. They have to go for it. If they don't, then they automatically lose game 3 as well. It's in the rule book.
Then it's over.
And it's over, then the Proving Grounds goes to Team Ocean. Tomorrow and Thursday won't be played either because the... No, so of course the Mountain Soul gonna be up here. Useful for the Sejuani, useful for Ornn, but that'll be more or less it. Thresh can have some use from it as well. Not the greatest soul for these two teams in this game, as Clonky is gonna go in against Flatline, but loses that trade really hard. Of course, needs to wait for his Immortal Shield Bow, as Akali already on that Riftmaker at this point.
I feel like Clonky is bluffing a little bit at this point. He's like, I'm going forward, I'm stabbing you, and then he gets one dagger in the face and like, okay, never mind, you win the trade. But we do see no restrictions on him as well. However, now he's playing really far back, so knows that the Lapis is not close to cover him if there would be any threat from the other lanes. But Team Ocean currently very comfortable to invade the blue side jungle. Their whole squad is there, and if there is a fight here, definitely gonna be in favor of this Ocean squad. As
Dusseldorp is maybe gonna be caught out here. Use the Ornn Horn looking for a 2-man ult. They are gonna find it. Look at the damage on Clonky. Is it gonna be enough? Not at all. A great ult there by Electro, also picking up the kill onto the Ornn. Now gonna get charmed by Rakan. Should find the knock as well. There it is. Not gonna be able to survive that one at all, as Fausto Maklar picks up his kill for the game here. 1, 2, and 5. Gonna get him on the scoreboard with that little pickup.
And this could have been so much worse. Clonky doing a really good dash there with the third stack of Steel Tempest to go over the wall and not dying to Flatline, or it would have been 2 for 1. Now it's a 1 for 1. But again, Kali there to make the change in that fight. However, a hook lands.
Ooh, the condemn is not going to be great. Look at the damage on Domenico Pucci. He's going to have to flash out of there as he did get the lantern shield. Lop is going to get exhausted under turret. Going to get a couple turret shots tanking it. The hook comes through. The flake comes through. The kill for Domenico Pucci. He's on the scoreboard as well. And this is looking really good for Team Mountain right now as they win across the map and start to get a goal lead as well. 2,000 in the pocket for them at this point.
Meloko hitting hook after hook and also able to stand there in between his squad and Flatline when it comes down to roam, because without Meloko would have been another double kill in the pocket for Flatline. So Distress making the plays at the right time. Or it was looking a little bit scary for Domenico Pucci. The amount of damage that he took from Nilan in the short period was so scary. So not where he wants to be yet. However, 0-2-0 Lucian not looking super scary right now.
Yeah, the 0-2-0 Lucian. Of course, he has the Kraken Slayer finish, and you saw how much damage he can put out onto this Vayne, which was not to be laughed with. They might be looking to take down the top turret. I thought they might go for a dive in the top lane, but now Sejuani is there. They can go for a little bit of a gank here. Dusseldorf gonna go really low. Does have his ultimate up at this point. Is gonna get ulted by Electro. He can take away your stats. He's stalling quite well. Gonna use the Ornhorn here. Two-man ult once again. Knock up number 2, knock up number 3. The shield from Mordekaiser is gonna be enough, but Fautomaklar is there picking up some kills with the Akali, of course. Another double kill for Flatline. What do you expect? This guy, that he doesn't pick up single kills. He just goes, guys, if there's 2 guys, I'll come. But a one-on-one, I'm not taking down. Another double kill for the Akali here. 9-1-1. Hello, Akali. Welcome to the Rift.
Flatline plays Akali like the Belgians drink beer. Eentje is Geentje. Always going for that double or the triple kill. Keeping them rolling. 9-1-1. And just amazing performance so far. It was looking very scary because, of course, going in on Electro with tanks only is a bold move, because usually you do not win that against the Mordekaiser, but they're able to turn it around again with the roam and keeping 1 kill over the opponent. But they do have the gold deficit. They are almost 3k gold behind. And next Drake almost spawning. 10 seconds, of course. Team Mountain gonna go. There's a huge ult from Glonky.
Glonky finding 3 or 4 people with his ult there. And then just gonna jump back to his shadow again. Just did it for a little bit of poke, a little bit of damage. As the first Mountain Drake of the Rift has spawned. And it looks like Team of Mountain is gonna go for it as well. Look at the damage. Meloko finding the first kill really early on. The focus onto the Drake is insane. Olaf healing up from 0 to 100 basically there.
Glonky
as the hook is gonna land onto Dusseldorf. He's gonna go down as well. And yeah, the Drake did eventually go to Lapis, who picks up the first Mountain Drake for his team. And the fight is also for Team Mountain. They're looking really strong at this point.
It was Glonky who picked up the Drake there in the middle of the fight. And of course you are fighting Team Mountain around the Mountain Drake. If there is one thing that we've learned, that is that the name is so strong in this game. It keeps falling into the right hands every single time. We have yet to see a Drake falling into the other team's hands this game. And yeah, Team Mountain, who of course did have the lead there in gold, extending it, keep it going here, and looking fairly strong. Of course, when Flatline is in the right position, he is able to pick the kills up, but Glonky getting there as well. 4-1. Moral Shield Bow finished. If he gets a little bit more lifesteal, it will be so hard to kill in these fights. But he has to respect Flatline, because if he doesn't watch out, it will be fairly quick one-shot. However, they are looking for Electro here in the top lane.
Yeah, the Ornhorn is going to come through. He's going to use the ultimate, however, onto the Ornn. Look at the damage there from Electro. Dusseldorf going to stand on the edge. He is going to be taken down as well. But now there
Not
is,
sure.
of course, Maklar who's going to go for the fight against Electro. Should it be enough? He should get out of there with the final undertow. It is not going to be enough for Electro to juke the undertow, and he does get taken down. 1-for-1 trade, however, is decent for Electro.
We are getting some more skirmishes here in the bot side. Glonky Krijger can of course fairly freely run forward with that E. Not much Flatline can do to threaten him there, but both the jungler and the support from teams
Uh-oh.
are on the side trying to bait each other out in this duel. Still a shutdown on the head of Flatline, and you know that Clonky wants it, but he's the one to be
Teleport.
jumped on first.
Teleport from Mordekaiser is going to come through to join in on the fight as Klonky almost managed to get out of there. Look at the damage. Flatline, of course, really fed at this point. Electro does not have his ult. He already used that last fight, but Flatline is going to be taken down as he is tanking the turret. Now, the Olaf might be in a lot of trouble. Look at the healing, though. Is that the Gore Drinker? It must be the Gore Drinker, but it's not going to be enough for him to heal up there anymore. Disseldorp might be in a world of hurt here as Lapis is gonna 1v1 him here. Meloko, you're not where you want to be. Funny's play might go down. You're not gonna be enough.
This
As
is
Milan
dangerous.
finds the kill eventually onto the Thresh. And now Disseldorp and the Sejuani still finding it out between the two of them. Lapis picking that one up. A 4-for-2. Mountain still looking really strong here.
So there are a few clean plays in these fights. First of all, Lapis hitting that snipe ultimate onto Flatline under the turret, keeping him in place, making sure that that huge threat is gone in this fight. Of course, while he is there. And then Menekaput out playing Fautomakelaar there. He picked the Vayne to make sure that he could kite that Olaf there, that he has some self-peel against the Viking that can be CC'd, and he does it so well. And then slight mistake from Nilan, dashing forward to kill Meleko, the support, while Menekaput can just free it, giving him the kill. 3, 1 and 4. Vayne at this moment playing a solid game, and only gonna get stronger, of course, because now you have several threats. You have the Mordekaiser, who already was strong, but of course couldn't do much here, with his ult being down. But Yona is still 4 kills, Vayne 3 and 1. They are getting there, but it's definitely not over yet. They're 5k in gold ahead, but it doesn't feel that way for me.
You know, at this point, I'm going to have to agree on that point. Yes, Team Mountain is ahead in gold, but it doesn't really feel that way. And that's mostly because of Flatline, who is putting up a great performance on this Akali. Has another fight coming through. The Gore Drinker heal from Olaf is going to be enough to keep himself alive. This time it looks like it will be. They found a shutdown on Sejuani, and now the Ornn is once again going to get ulted by Electro. Teleport is going to come through. The Undertow is not going to be enough. The hook onto Funny this time. They're not going to be able to follow it up here. Oh, what? The kill! Ornn does go down eventually. Fautomakelaar, he doesn't have his ult anymore. Vayne spotting double kill from Mordekaiser eventually. Akali is there, gonna jump back in, should be able to find the Thresh. No! Great flash, great Sonya's, however. Nilan gonna go down, and another kill there for Menekaput. No, it goes to Mordekaiser eventually. Electro finding a triple kill and an ace for Team Mountain, and we said it looked fine for Team Ocean, but at this point it does not look fine for them at all.
Again, fighting before that Mountain Drake, the name buff, it's too strong in this game. A little bit of an advantage for Team Mountain here. And Menekaput, I think he put his dancing shoes on for this game, because he is doing so well in this fight, just kiting around, hitting everyone, finding the targets, and being fairly untouched. You see Flatline, even with the 10 kills, not able to pick the right targets, and that's also partially because of Meloko just being there, hitting the hooks, being the peeling machine on this Thresh to make sure that his Vayne is nice and fat. And yeah, at the moment they did have the advantage. We said we don't really feel it that much, but if you see these fights, yeah, you kind of get the other idea. They're at the moment 7k in the lead, and Team Ocean, they really need to play around Flatline, because he is their beacon of hope. The 10-3 Akali, who still is very strong, but in these fights where everyone is grouped, gets shut down really hard in this squad. So better to make those rotation plays, move around the map, and get Flatline back on track, or those double kills and those triple kills that we saw earlier.
He's not finding them anymore at this point. Could, of course, turn around. Still 10-3 and 2. So many kills on him. However, look at Klonky. 50 CS ahead. He's 4-2 and 2. He has 50 farm more than his counterpart mid laner. So he's, if we do look at the gold here, he is basically even with the Akali despite being 6 kills down. And maybe something else we can touch on is that Electro is 6-6 and 6. So Demon Mordekaiser coming through.
TFT buffs, Demon buff coming in.
Old school. Old school TFT.
Very scary.
Set 3.
Knight Mordekaiser with demon buff. Mix it up.
Giggity.
And add a little giggity to it as well, yes. Clonky meanwhile just splitting this top lane up. Dusseldorp, of course, playing this tank for his team. Not sure if he can do much in the 1v1, of course. That Immortal Shield Bow makes it almost impossible to trade with him. And I will see if Olaf can do something, but this doesn't really look like a fight.
Oh my god, Klonky Krijger doing so much. He doesn't even care. Olaf ults, uses Ragnarok, pops everything he has, and Klonky just says, dude, I don't even care. I'm Yone and I'm Klonky, and the combination is deadly. And we saw it here. He picks up the Olaf without any real challenge against him. As the Baron buff does go down, Team Mountain looking really strong and feels like they are going to go for the 2-0 lead here. Is there anything Team Ocean can do at this point to actually turn this game around and start to win it from here?
Team Ocean has some scaling with the ornaments, of course, but it's nothing compared to the Vayne and the Yone if they go towards the late game. If we see that Flatline, who was already some above the other team, he wasn't able to extend that lead that he had late into the game, purely because how the comp and the team from Team Mountain is playing this, how they are able to kite around this Akali. They really need to make sure that they can do a pick, and that's super hard, especially with the Olaf, who doesn't really contribute much in this comp. As we said, his job is to run forward and kill the carry, but he has to do it alone, and there is no way in hell that he is gonna solo kill Manakaputs at this stage of the game. That's just not gonna happen. So it's hard to bring this team, Team Ocean, with the draft that they made, to a spot where they can take this game back in control. It's really hard to do that. They need to get a pick, and their only pick potential is with Ornn and Rakan to do a good engage, but at the moment, Team Mountain playing so clean that they're not going to be out of position soon, and Flatline not looking very good at the moment.
Great Zhonya's there from Flatline to juke the ultimate Klonky Krijger on that Yone. Clearly a lot more comfortable than Flatline was last game, with the 245 farm at this point in the game, together with the Vayne, 5-1 and 7 Vayne, 5-2 and 2 Yone, and you have a Sejuani and a Thresh to peel for them. It's looking really, really grim for Team Ocean this second game as well, as Klonky is just being a savage. I mean, last game he plays Akali against Yone, wins. Now he plays Yone against Akali, wins again, as the hook has been found from Maklar. Culling coming through, is it going to be enough? Not at all. Lap is finding the ult, the hook again gets hit. It's hook after hook. Vayne flashes in to find the kill, is going way too deep here. However, does have the front line. The Ornn
Flatline is
not going to be enough. Oh, Flatline finds him eventually. The hook, however, hits onto him. They need to take down the Akali here if they want to win this fight. They find 3, they lose 1. This is insane for Team Mountain, as they do have the Baron as well. Baron up minions. Yone still has ultimate, gonna go hard on Dusseldorp. He's gonna find the kill. It's gonna be enough. No, it's not gonna be enough. He needs to jump back to his shadow. They take down the turret, should be taking down this inhibitor as well. And they are looking at the 3rd Mountain Drake, as well as Lapis is taking that under their noses at the same time.
Wow, that fight was so close. And if it wasn't for Manakaputs tanking 4 shots, I believe, to get a kill early on, then I don't think Flatline would have had the opportunity to kill him there. Eventually picks it up, but still they lose the fight. And yeah, what do you need to do if you're Team Ocean, and even if you get Manakaputs down? Can't deal with Klonky at this point. He has just too much lifesteal. You have the Immortal Shield Bow and the Bloodthirster. If you can't kill him in one go, he's just gonna sustain everything up. Has so much grit from his passive together with that IE. Of course, it has been nerfed, but still the damage is there. And Flatline, not sure if he can even compete with Klonky in the 1v1 anymore. Definitely losing a lot of the pressure that he had early, the good roams that he was able to do. But this comp has scaled up so much for Team Ocean that the threats, they're there, and there is not really anyone who can get to the key targets except for Flatline. But Meloko, as we said, playing super clean on that Thresh.
Clonky just going hard on the Uber tank that is Ornn. Is he going to be able to pick him up? Just not going to find the damage. He just go... This is the big tank Ornn that everyone always says he's unkillable, you can't take him down. Yes, he's 1, 6, and 10, but it's still Ornn with 2 completed items stacked with armor. And he just goes for it. He just says, dude, I don't care. I'll take
Well,
it
you
down.
have a level 17 Yone against level 14 Ornn, so it's not really
True,
fair
but still,
either.
it's cool.
He's still styling on him, that's true.
He's still gaining swag points.
Gotta put it in the scales and see who's weighed harder. Clonky looking from the side, can of course go in time after time against that dash, not really a lot of threat for him as well, but I think Team Mountain is ready to pull the trigger and go in. They are not really common for
Smack.
keeping it cool and not fighting around in these places. So yeah, looks like Team Ocean turtling it up at this point. Very scared for that engage that is about to come.
40 seconds on this next Baron buff. 2 minutes and 45 seconds on the Mountain Soul. If they find the Mountain Soul in 2 minutes and don't finish the game actually before that, they'll have 4 Mountain Souls on Team Mountain. With a very tanky Sejuani.
That's
pretty
hard.
tanky Thresh. Slightly more tanky Mordekaiser, who already gets more tanky from ulting the Ornn. I mean, that's gonna be difficult to take him down, and it's at this point, it's even gonna give the Vayne some extra tank stats, making it harder for Flatline to kill Menekputs. So, I mean, at this point, it looks like Team Ocean can't really do that much anymore to turn this game around.
Even if they would want to, they can buy more armor items just because of the value that it gives now with all these Ocean Drakes. They are turning towards the Baron, doing it so fast with this Vayne and this Yone, not even sure if the team from Team Ocean will be in time to do something about it. They can probably watch how it is being done.
Rakan tries to get out but gets CC to Oblivion combined with the Yone ult, and now Mordecai is looking for a hook. Maybe Düsseldorf is gonna be the target as the Undertow is gonna slow that down quite a lot. Of course, with this Baron buff right now, Lucian at the complete opposite side of the map, I think possibly giving up. No, he is gonna base there. Thought maybe
he has to back because they are looking for the Nexus.
Yeah, it's gonna look really bad here for Team Ocean, as it's gonna be the last stand for this team to try and keep their base alive. Ornn ult is gonna be stopped there. Lapis, look at that, he's just tanking everything he needs. We need to look at Menekputs here. He's gonna get ulted there by the... He's getting... Flatline's getting 4-manned here. Not allowed to play the game at all. He jumps onto the Vayne to try and take him down. It's not gonna be enough at all, as 4 people immediately jump onto him to save his little Vayne. But triple kill, is this going to be the pentakill? Of quadra kill, I think he's going to go... No! It gets stolen by Lapis, and the 5th member does not go down. No pentakill here for Menekputs, as he does not find the cleanup for the 5 kills, but he does with his team find the cleanup for game 2, and they're 2-0 ahead now.
They're playing so clean, and I can talk about all these players individually, but if we have to hand out medals here, I gotta go for the bot lane for Team Mountain. Menekputs and Meloko playing it so clean. Menekputs, of course, being in the spotlight with this Vayne, which you can really show your mechanics as an AD carry. How do you play in these team fights with a short range AD carry around all these threats? And he cleans it out even at the last fight. He dodges that knock up from Rakan as if it's the easiest thing to do ever. Dodging forward for something like that, he does it. And Meloko keeping him alive almost all game in so many of these situations, so they definitely deserve it, even though all the rest did great as well. Of course, Clonky going the matchup on the other end and still performing so well. It's really commendable to them.
Well played by them. Another great game by Team Mountain. Team Ocean trying to put up a fight. Not enough, however, in the second game as well. MVP game 1 was Menekputs. Game 2, could give it to Menekputs again. Or the Clonk. What do we-
Maloko for me. I gotta say, sports.
True,
Gotta
he
give him
played-
some love.
Okay, fine.
Really
Let's
did.
go.
Really did a
Alright.
great job this game.
Yeah, that's true. He had a great game, peeled really well for his carry, had some great hooks, some great picks to start up the fights that eventually made Team Mountain snowball out of control for Team Ocean. We are going to be
And-
taking. Yep, sorry.
Of
Go ahead.
course, yeah, we gotta of course say that Flatline played it really well as well. Can't
True.
forget that early game.
But can
when he
you give an
picked up all the
MVP to
kills.
a team that loses? Can
No,
you
we can't
the
give him MVP, but
He played really well. That
we
is
at least gotta say that he didn't lose the matchup
true.
as we thought. He did such a great early game. He just wasn't able to take it home to convert it into the lead later in the game. But he did show that he can play Akali and that he can impact the lanes. And I think that's very important in games like these, the proving grounds, where you need to show what you can do as a player. And even though he didn't win the game, I definitely think he showed what he can do as Akali. So no need to feel down about this game. You did a great job.
He definitely did a great job. We're going to take another 10 to 15 minute break. We will be starting up the third game at 21:15. So that will be in about 10 to 12.